I wrote an email to my staff at iBurst in 2008. It went viral. It's called Don't Panic. And just start trying to give some context around the load shedding at the time and how it's really not the end of the world, and it's not, you don't have to pack your bags and leave. And then that ended up becoming a book. We got these contributions from lots of South Africans that felt the same way, and a lot of people resonated with that, so they bought the book. And so basically I became quite well known for being optimistic about the future of South Africa, which I remain. And I've done one or two sequels to that book called Really Don't Panic, And I guess, the older you get, the harder it is not to panic, I mean, right. You look around and you read the new media and you kind of think to yourself, on what track are we on? But I'm just, I'm a famously optimistic person for the future of South Africa. And I have a feeling that my attitude towards South Africa is the same. It's driven by the same logic as my attitude towards business, which is, what choice do we have? The reason I don't give up on my business ventures is because I don't have a choice. What's my plan B? I'm not going to go work for ABSA, So you must make it work, and I feel the same about the country. Like, I've been lucky enough to travel the world and see lots of places, and my family lives here. My cost, everything's here, I mean, it's my place, my home. I love this place. And so instead of thinking there is a plan B, there is no plan B. So just make it work,
Yeah, there's also like this South African mentality of, I'm going to Australia the second anything goes bad. Like that sentence gets said quite a lot as like a kind of a joke. And then after a while, as you get older, it starts becoming not a joke, in terms of how people say it. But in terms of saying optimistic and the future of it, I think it's incredibly important that you see more of that in our business leaders rather than, the person that's getting older saying, no, maybe you should leave, because that affects young people quite a lot. Like, I mean, like really a lot, especially if the parents are the ones that are saying it. And the young people that, in the fortunate enough position to get educated, get experience, they're actually the ones that are capable of leaving. So you don't really want to inspire them to leave, because then it's bad.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on this, because every talented youngster that leaves the country creates more opportunity for a person like me, because there's less competition,
Oh, right. That's a good point.
And the other thing is that, I'm a dad, and I can understand, like, you want to protect your children, you love your children, you don't want to see them get hurt. But I must be honest, all the advice my parents gave me since I was 25 was the wrong advice, because they were always telling me to take the path of least risk, because they didn't want to get me to get hurt. I mean, I guess I'm quite lucky, because if they were telling me anything other than that, it means they didn't love me. But they love me, so they don't want me to be hurt. So they give you the wrong advice. But in life, especially when you're young, the right advice is take the plunge, take the risk, go where the opportunity is. Don't go where there's no risk. But I've made my own personal choices, and everyone has to make their own personal choices. And I'm quite fortunate. I have another passport. I mean, I can live in Europe if I'd like to. On that basis, do I have enough money to do that? I'm not sure. But even if I had enough money, I've weighed it up. The quality of life, my family, my friends, my culture, and the opportunity, the opportunity to have a life of adventure and make a difference in other people's lives. That doesn't exist in Europe, and it doesn't exist in Australia. It's South Africa.